have you ever had a time when you're trying to explain something and you're looking for that one word and for some reason it just doesn't come to your mind and you just get stuck? You get stuck on that word because you know there's a perfect word for this thing that you're trying to express, but for some reason it just won't come out. So that is when you're in a low verbal fluency state. Some people are constantly in that state and some people are rarely ever in that state or don't even know how that even feels like. How to speak fast and smart, all about verbal fluency. My name is Tina Leader, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, go ahead and hit it and hit that like button. And of course, comment below as you do the exercise and what you come up with, what your insights are, because this is a very interesting topic. So before we get into it, I wanted to go over what verbal fluency is and why should we even care. Now, verbal fluency is how quickly you can access certain words or sentences when you think and you express, when you talk it out loud. So that is the verbal part, and the fluency part is how fast you can access it to go ahead and express it. When we think about great communicators, it really goes down to three different aspects. Number one, the content. Number two, accessing that content within your own mind. And then number three, how the person expresses that content. So you have to have the content, you have to be able to access it with your brain, and then you have to be able to, thirdly, express that content. So now when we're talking about speaking fast and speaking intelligently, you really have to think about, okay, how fast can I retrieve the information I want to retrieve, and how can I access all of that and express it at the same time? Because it's not just about how you say things and your tonality, it's also how quickly can you access the information that you need to access. So you're not just sitting there going, well, and all of that can be partially because you're insecure. Maybe you're not confident enough. Maybe you're not sure of what the situation is, or maybe you lack verbal fluency. So interestingly enough, there's a test out there for verbal fluency, and it's called the Controlled Oral Word Association Test. So I just thought to myself, why not do a verbal fluency test with you? And then you can always come back to this video and see if you've improved, or maybe hopefully you didn't go backwards, but let's just see how much we improve and then how we can improve our verbal fluency going forward. So number one, go ahead and get your phone so you can record your own voice. Number two, I'm going to put on the screen here 60 seconds for you to come up with words in each category. So we're going to do this 3 separate times of 60 seconds each. And I'm going to show on screen here when the 60 seconds is up. But during that 60 seconds, I want to make sure that you come up with as many words as you possibly can. And you have to make sure you say it out loud. Don't just say it in your head. Hence the reason that you are going to record from your phone. Record the 60 seconds when the screen comes on here, and you're going to record first as many words as possible that begins with the letter F, and then second, as many words as possible that begins with the letter A, and then third, as many words as possible that begins with the letter S. So let's go with F first. 3, 2, 1. Now go ahead and stop that recording, and we're going to do another recording, and this time it's on the letter A. 3, 2, 1. All right, now go ahead and stop that recording right here. And now we're going to start with the letter S. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, you have done the verbal fluency test. So here is what I want you to do. Go ahead and go back to your recording and number down or tally down how many words that you have used within that 60 seconds. Now, if it's a repeat word, that doesn't count, right? If it's a repeat word, please don't count it. And if it's a word that's, let's say, apple and apples, that counts as one word. So you can't cheat and go apple, apples, boat, boats. That doesn't count. So that counts as one word. So tally it that way in each section, the F, the A, and the S. Go ahead and add it together, divide it by 3, and we have your average. Now, technically speaking, there is no scientifically proven average. However, if you are below 18 to 20, you should go see a doctor. There might be something wrong with either your cognition, or you might have brain fog or something that is stopping you from having normal verbal fluency. So if you are above at least 18, then we can measure from here. And this is going to be a starting point. You can always come back to this video and retest. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, okay, great. Now I know where I'm at, Tina, and there is no generally accepted, here's the average, here's above average, here's excellent. So then where do I go from here? So I always believe in progression, not perfection. We want to progress to where we are at right now as a base and then go up from here. So how do you increase your verbal fluency? Now, you can do the same exact test that you've done here, the F, the A, the S. The problem is you might start to remember some words and you might repeat it and just game the system. So instead of doing the same exact test as a form of exercise, I want to challenge you to do different topics. So let's say tomorrow morning, you want to do a topic on fast foods. Come up with as many words as you possibly can that has to do with fast food. Fries, hamburger, hot dog, ketchup, mustard, right? And just keep going for, again, 60 seconds. Then the next day, do another topic. It could be on the topic of your favorite TV show, like Suits. So every single day, if you pick a different topic, you can't allow yourself, your brain, to specifically memorize certain words. Instead, you're training your brain to retrieve that content in order for you to express it out loud. And then again, we are increasing our verbal fluency. Comment below and let me know what your average was. Again, there is no scientifically proven standard to this verbal fluency test. Of course, this is not conducted by a scientist, so please take this with a grain of salt. But that being said, I really like to know what your score was and where you plan to go from here. Like that like button if you like today's content and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you on the next video.